I'm building a 2-trailer tiny house and I finally get to show you these windows. So it's time for a build update. Let's go. Okay, let's have a look at the finished product in a little bit more detail. Now I tell you what, I thought the frameless corner window was going to be my favourite window, and it's definitely up there. But this lounge window at the end is a strong contender. So in the main living area here, I have 2 windows and the double doors. I have my lounge window there and then my kitchen window here. So the lounge window goes full width of the trailer and is almost just over 1 metre high. It's situated so that when I do a built-in couch, the top of the couch will come up to the bottom of the window. Now the cool thing about this window is, this almost killed me, but what I've done is I have worked out the sides of these windows so that the reveal actually lines up to what will be the level of my lining on the inside of my walls, which is really cool because it means the walls continue straight through the same level as the reveal of the window and straight out the window. Now when you're at the other end of the house and you're looking out, this window looks amazing. It just continues down, the walls go straight down and then draws your eye straight out the window. And in winter, sitting here on the couch is going to be nice in the sun. Now, in summer, it's not so good, but what I'm working on is how I orientate the house so that in winter, that's going to be getting heaps of sun. I think I'm going to make that north facing, and then in summer, it doesn't get too much. Around to the kitchen window. Now, this is actually going to form a glass splashback to my kitchen. So this the bottom of this window here is going to be level with the bench top that I built in. So I'm gonna have a waterfall bench top that connects straight onto this window. And then at the top there, where I put cabinetry in, means I'm gonna have this glass splashback. So all of my cabinetry is gonna be offset by this window that pulls you out and doesn't make it feel like the kitchen's crowding the house, or at least that's what I hope. It does create a challenge in the sense that I can't put any PowerPoints on the wall. That's been one problem I'm gonna have to work out, but it should look pretty cool when I've got a bench top that meets straight up to that window and then just extends out. Around here in the study, I've got this long narrow window here. So I've actually done this so that when I'm sitting down at my desk, I can't see out of the window, but I still get natural light, and if I stand up, I can see out. So apparently feng shui says looking out of a window when you're working is not a good thing. It's because it's distracting, it's harder to focus. So I've got the window up here, and if I do decide to, because I'm building a sit-stand desk, stand up, I can just look out of the window. What I also like about this is when I walk out of the bedroom here, I can look out and I've got a panoramic view, but I've still got privacy. So here in the bathroom, I just have a long, narrow window. There'll actually be a wall along here that's gonna come up to the edge of this window. Then down along here will be the vanity bench top that continues along where it meets this window and then wraps around into this window that goes all the way to the ceiling. I put the window there so that I get there's lots of natural light flooding in over the mirror and onto my face when you're standing in front of the mirror. And also it should look cool with the bench top meeting that and then wrapping up into the ceiling, I hope. So in the bedroom, I have 2 windows. I've got one long narrow window here and then my frameless corner window there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Now I've positioned this window like this for a couple reasons. First of all, when I'm sitting on the couch at the other end of the house, I can see out of that window. So as I look down through to the end of the house, my eye's still drawn out to the other side of the house. The other reason I've put this window here is because how I sleep in the bed. I like to sleep on this side of the bed, and if this one-man wolf pack ever ends up with a lady wolf, I hope she likes that side of the bed. The reason I put it here is I sleep quite hot, and generally females sleep a bit colder. So when she gets out of bed, she's going to have warm feet and not going to be straight at a piece of glass. Whereas the frameless corner window is right over my head, so I get a little bit colder in the window. Hopefully that helps regulate our temperature a little bit. Don't know, but it was some of the thought that went into it. Also love this long window because you can stand in front of it and you get this like large view as you look out of the window, which is pretty cool. Also, I'm gonna have built-in wardrobes here, so it helps shine light on everything that I've got in the wardrobe and gives me lots of natural light for going through the wardrobe. Then coming around to the frameless corner window. I love this window. I said it's got a strong contender in the lounge room, but this thing is always gonna have a place in my heart and probably a dent in my soul. This thing was an absolute challenge to make happen. The frameless, doing that corner window frameless was very difficult. This is 8mm toughened glass just to make sure it's going to be strong enough and take the movement. No one I can talk to will actually say, yeah, this is going to be cool to travel down the road. We're all like, it should be okay, we think. But the window looks amazing. So this here is going to be the bedroom. The bed is going to come up to here, which means when I'm laying in bed, you can't see in, and so you can't see through the window and see me in bed. But when I get up and sit out of bed, I'll be at sort of chest height and be able to look out of this window. And the panoramic view of this corner window looks amazing. I absolutely love it. And I've seen this on video and it just doesn't do it justice. Being able to look out of the corner just looks really cool. So the idea is when I wake up in the morning, I can stand here and look out. Also, the cool thing that's happened because of this, because my window, the way I've designed my windows and the glass is quite some way out, when I'm walking down the side of my bed, it actually means that my shoulders, which are the widest part of me, sort of end up in this recess as I'm walking down the side of my bed, because I'm not going to have a lot of room. When you put a queen bed in here, you only end up with about 300mm, so they're quite tight. But as I'm walking on the wall, it actually means my shoulders are pushing into this recess, which is pretty cool. I didn't actually design that one, but it's a very cool design feature of that window being there, making it much easier to get out of bed. So one of the reasons I was so adamant on putting the glass on the outside of the windows was, first of all, it meant I didn't have any timber exposed to the outside elements. So on the outside of the house now, I have no timber that I have to maintain, but because the glass has no frame and it just goes straight onto the edge of the timber, from the outside of the house, it actually means now I can see this timber up against what will be the dark cladding that's on the outside of my house. But the main reason I really wanted to do deep reveals and put the glass on the outside of the window was it meant that I get shelves inside my house. So I now, because I've got a 100mm reveal here, I now get shelves. In fact, little Fernie here was one of the things I used to measure how deep I think I might make them. Now, I'm not going to put a fern in a window, but it means now I have this shelf that I can use to put things on. I can sit my coffee there in the morning. And in the kitchen here, because I'm going to meet my waterfall benchtop up to the level of this window here, which means I end up with a 700mm deep benchtop. Then around the lounge room here, I've actually gone even deeper. So this is the full width of the timber. So this gives me almost 140mm worth of depth here. So where the couch comes up to the base, I'm gonna have this deep shelf here where when I'm sitting on the couch, I can put a coaster down, put some drinks up on the window here. Maybe not in summer, but I could put my coffee there in the morning. I can sit some pot plants on here and I get this nice deep shelf up against the couch so that I actually have a space where I can sit things where I'm sitting on the couch, chatting to someone, glass of wine, a coffee in the morning. That shelf there will be an awesome addition to the couch. So the one thing you may have noticed that I didn't talk about are these little parts off to the side. Now these are my air vents and they're going to be how I control airflow through the house. But I'm still working on them and they're going to be very cool. So I'm going to come back to them in a later video. So that's the windows. They were an obscene amount of work, but I love how they come out. Which begs the question, knowing how much effort they were going to be, would I do it again? Maybe ask me in a couple months when the scars have healed. No, look, seriously, they were heaps of work, but I really love how they come out. I've got hardwood windows, completely frameless glass, brass inlay. They look amazing. Like the videos just don't do them justice. And I'm never going to walk into someone else's tiny house and see the same window. So I love that I have these unique windows that look amazing. And I reckon when I put the lining on, they're going to look $1 million. So was it worth it? Look, if you had to cost out the time, that just wouldn't be viable, but I'm really happy with the result and how they've come out. It's so good to have the windows done. This thing sat for weeks on end while I was inside working on these windows. And now that I've put them in, it's actually made the house start to take some shape and start looking like a tiny house, which is really cool. The next step, we're actually working on the cladding, which is going to be awesome. I've got some really cool stuff in store for you for that, and it's going to look amazing when I start putting some cladding around these windows and this thing starts looking like a real house. The order's gone in for that and it's going to take a little while to come. So in the meantime, I'm working on these air vents. Hopefully I can get them done soon and show you those. And I'm also making up the doors. The glass I ordered last year still hasn't come, so probably due sometime in the next couple of weeks. And I need them so that I can actually finish the doors and do my roof windows as well. So in between, while I'm waiting for that cladding, I'm going to work on the vents and those doors. You guys know the drill. Don't hate, educate. Comment down below if you see something in the video that can be improved. As always, go build cool stuff, and I've got plenty of work to do. I'll see you soon.